Oh my goodness. So today is testing day. My high schooler wants to take dual enrollment classes at the college. So he is taking his admissions test virtually. Because of COVID, they usually would go on campus and take their tests. He's testing in reading, mathematics, and writing. And this will allow him as an 11th grader to take college courses that will count for his high school diploma and towards his core curriculum of his bachelor's when he goes off to college. So we have had to set up our classroom as a virtual testing room. So there's a computer that he's sitting at, and then he has to have his phone set up with the monitor proctoring him, watching him take all of the tests. So it's gonna be hours. So we have been kicked out of our homeschool area. So today with the other two, we're gonna homeschool in the dining room while he tests. Here you'll see we have our educational materials in the bins against the wall. All of that I had to unload from the work boxes and put in those bins to bring downstairs to work because we cannot go in the classroom while Grant is doing his proctored testing. This was a challenge for my Nate the Great, but he's working pretty well. And then my daughter is working on that side of the table. He's happy he got something right while doing his video math. We use Saxon Math, and there's a video that he watches and then he does the lessons independently. So he was happy that he understood the math concept. You had to go all the way upstairs. Let me see what you had to get. Okay, but look, Nathaniel, there are two rulers right here. Batman and this one. Why didn't you use those?
Because I wanted this one.
What's the difference?
There is no difference unless this one's small.
Why couldn't you use the large? There's a big one there that's just 1 foot like yours. Why couldn't you use it?
I wanted mine.
You wanted yours.
Because I haven't used it in such a long time.
Have a seat, please. Sit down and do your lesson. This is exactly why we work in our designated area with our work boxes so that everything is right there and we don't have 10 times a day going to get some specific tool that's going to help the math get in our brains better. But that's the fun of homeschooling an active boy. You set them up for success by having an organized area where they don't have anything to distract them, like going to get some special item. It's all right there with the books. So I'm kind of glad this happened today with my older son doing the testing, because it reminds me of why it is so important to let you guys know, set up a space, even if it is in your living room and you just have a drawer where you keep items and you school in your living room. Any area is fine, but consistently school in that same area. It helps build that repetition and pattern for the children. It helps them just be organized, and when I get to this location, I'm ready to school. He is finally settling in and doing his lesson. He's almost finished that lesson. He's at the bottom of the page. So it took him a while, but he's doing well, working independently. Now my daughter is coming back in because it's time for her speech therapy. We homeschoolers are not able to get speech therapy through the school district, so we get it through our private insurance, and we pay a copay. So usually the speech therapist comes once a week, but because of COVID, we're doing it virtually. So she is going to Zoom in on the iPad and conduct my daughter's speech therapy session. Even though my daughter is able to speak, what we're working on, her present goals are working on comprehension. And I'm just getting up there to get a notebook because I always take as many notes as I can during her speech therapy session, because speech therapy is $45 a session, it's about $300, but our copay is $45 per session. So we only have it once a week. And then I take notes so that I can carry out the things that the speech therapist does with my daughter at other times during the week. And I've done that ever since she was 3 years old, so that she can continue to make more progress by not just having interaction with the speech therapy techniques just once a week. So that's what we're doing here, is having her speech session. And there she is. She's on. We're talking to the therapist. So take your time when you find a speech therapist. Even we've been through a couple of them. This one we've had for a year. Find someone that works for your child and agrees with the goals that you want for your child. The sky is the limit. They can do anything that they can. It might take them a little longer than other children, but they can reach any goal that you set for them. So here is Nate the Great. He's preparing for his quiet time. You can see him feeding his fish. And his quiet time is where he can sit quietly and work on something. Sometimes he'll do word puzzles. He decided to spend his quiet time with his fish today. And he listens to audiobooks as well. And presently he's listening to The Black Stallion. It's a classic. I tried to have a mixture of fun books that he likes and then also classics, which he's come to love as well, because they have really helped improve his reading skills and his vocabulary. So please know that he never falls asleep. He's faking because I walked in recording him. And you'll see next to the window, I have a diffuser going. I try to always have some type of essential oils within our environment. They're really great for your health. You should definitely look into them. Okay, so I'm here working, and Grant just came down and said he finished the test, the admissions test for college. Can I record you?
Of course, of course.
All right.
Is this for you too?
Yes, I'm going to talk to people about the whole dual enrollment process for teenagers. Okay, so 1 second. Let me log off, and then we'll sit down and talk to Grant. Okay, all right, so we're back with Grant. I put myself on break, and he just finished his TSI
exam.
Okay, tell us how it was.
It was good. We started at 10:30, something like that. And I went on, one of the proctors there. She was super nice. Everything went well. And first I did the math section. Reading's my best subject, but I did pretty good on the math. I passed in all categories. So I'm really happy about that. So I'll be able to take my dual enrollment classes. So it went really well.
Right. So there's 3 sections that you can test for: the reading, the math, and the writing is optional. but he knew that he wanted to be able to take writing courses. So he had to take that. So you had to write an essay, a timed essay. So the proctor, because of COVID, the proctor was just watching you.
Yeah, she didn't. She helped me log on and do everything I had to do to get to the test. But once the test started, I couldn't talk to her and she couldn't talk to me. She stated that.
Okay.
That was against the rules.
So she made sure that nobody came in to help
And
you.
she was nice though, because I had to go to the restroom at the end, and you're not really supposed to go to the restroom, but she let me, so it was cool.
Okay. She could tell you were an honest boy.
She knew. She knew.
So you're 16, so you're going to start college. So dual enrollment, he'll get credit for his high school courses, and then these courses will be able to transfer to wherever college you go to.
Most likely. Most likely.
Right.
Regardless, it'll still be beneficial for me to take the dual enrollment classes, so I'm excited for it.
Okay. So this is something that you're able to do because of the flexibility of being a homeschooler.
It definitely helps. I know a lot of my public school friends and private school friends don't have the time, or they're not encouraged to by the counselors. It's just not a part of the private school environment. But being a homeschooler, everybody does it. You can, no matter how old you are, you can be 12, you can be 16. You can, if you're ready for the class, you can take it. So.
As long as you do well on that test. Okay, well, thank you for giving us your precious 16-year-old time. Thank you, and I'm proud of you. Proud of you. All right, come on, Nate. Your lunch is on the table. All that for chicken nuggets?
Yep.
Okay.
Scared you. He'll kill himself on those rocks. He's not going to stop, I mean. Then they saw the black gather himself, like a taut, powerful spring just released, sailing through the air and over the fence. 7 feet if it's an inch.
How are they? Black plums for dessert. They're good? What? You couldn't just say they taste good, Nate?
Nope.
Nope. Active boys.
A sharp cracking.
Okay, we made it through the day. It was a successful day. But now this is also a chore that I have to do that I wouldn't have if we were in our schoolroom using our work boxes. Now I have to clean everything up and remove it from the dining room, pack it. I have most of the things back in the bins already, but everything that we brought down, all of our supplies, our pencils, crayons, our laptops, everything has to be taken back upstairs and put away. That is another benefit of schooling in the same place. You don't have this big of a cleanup at the end of the day. There's still a bit of a cleanup, but not this much. I mean, so many things had to be taken back upstairs. The one benefit was I definitely made my 10,000 steps for that day because I went up and down the steps while cleaning up the dining room and getting everything back upstairs. When you see me going in and out of that doorway there, that's me going into the kitchen and just throwing away paper. And it's usually copy paper because during the day, especially with my daughter, I have to draw many illustrations to get the concepts through to her. She is a visual learner. So when I'm choosing curriculum for her, I choose curriculum that is geared towards the visual learner, but many times I still have to break concepts down even further. So I draw pictures to show what the concept is if she's hung up on something and it's not clear to her. And trust me, you don't have to be some great artist. My illustrations are very primitive, but it still helps her immensely because that's the way her brain is wired. And here I am finding my daughter's dolls that we used in the lesson as well. We use props for everything. She will like to, use her dolls. My third grader, he's 8 years old, so we will use cars, pillows, anything that we can to bring their learning alive. And that does not require lots of preparation. Like, once again, the curriculum I buy will make those suggestions that if you want to bring in some type of hands-on manipulative, it'll say that. And then you could choose whatever manipulative your child likes, and it helps them understand the concept and cement it into their brain while they're having fun. Here I'm just making sure I separate the books so that everyone's books go in their bin. I have 4 bins over there. 2 were for my teacher's manuals because they're so thick, and then 1 was for my daughter's stuff and 1 was for my son's. So I'm making sure that everyone's work goes in the bin, so when I go upstairs to put them away, it won't be filing from bin to bin. I can just put everything back in the work box drawers. I'm so glad I don't have to do this every day. So now you see me preparing to clean the table. Even though that bottle is a Windex bottle, I am not putting Windex on my beautiful cherry wood table. That table is very special to our family. It was given to us by my husband's grandmother, who has since transitioned. And she gave it to us during the first year of our marriage. And this year, 2020, we're going to celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary. And we have no plans of getting rid of that table. Sometimes we do wish we had a larger table for when we have friends over. It only seats 6 and we're already a family of 5. So it's tight, but that table it means so much to us, especially since she's not here any longer. We have the meals, the memories of the many meals and the many gatherings. But that table has been across the country many times, every time we've moved. And it's just very special to us. Thank you, my mom, Claudia. And here I'm just wiping down the ledge of the china cabinet. I noticed a little dust, and then I'm wiping down the chair. I saw a few fingerprints on there. Well, woo, I'm feeling better. It is coming together. It is looking like my dining room again, my most favorite place in my house. Next is my bathroom. So I like to relax in there with my essential oils. And now I'm just putting out a few of my spiritual items that affect my mindset and the way I feel. I like to put beautiful things around me to keep me in the right frame of mind. There I'm getting out a few rose petals. I'm going to burn a candle, so I like to have rose petals also included. Those are my most favorite flower, and then the petal of a rose has the highest frequency, and we want to be on as positive as we can and with the most high frequency that we can as we go through life, so we can just spread love and joy no matter what our situation may be. So there, I'm lighting my candle. You guys don't know how good I feel to see my dining room looking like this. Now just finishing up by doing a little vacuuming with my little dust buster. I noticed a bunch of like little erasings. You know, when the kids erase stuff, I swear, I erased it. Well, there were so many little pieces of eraser all around on the tile floor. So just cleaning that up, and any dust that's probably there too. Now I'm turning on my china cabinet. I love to have my china cabinet lit up in the evening. Look at me, I'm doing a happy dance. It makes me so happy to see all my memories from our 20 years of marriage. That's what we keep in there. And I think here I'm going to try to do a close-up of my special items that I have on the table. That's a quartz crystal in the middle. This is my motto: the past cannot be changed, but the future is whatever you want it to be. And that's my coaster where I keep my water, where it just reminds me to do all things with love. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.